Kalla is Associate Administrator for Infrastructure at Federal Highway Administration, where he has worked since 2001. He has led efforts to accelerate innovation and development and implementation of new technologies. He will be discussing FHWA's preservation program.
Like George, I want to echo his appreciation for all the great work National Center for Pavement Preservation has been doing. National Center has a very unique voice in this pavement preservation area, and they are doing a tremendous job leading these efforts. And obviously, really remiss if I don't express my sincere appreciation and thanks to Judy for her leadership, not only at the National Center, but also before that with North Carolina DOT. Judy has done tremendous work leading this pavement preservation work through her expertise, through her knowledge, and through her passion. So Judy, thank you for all the great work you've been doing and the National Center has been doing. Tim made my life a little bit easier because I have a couple of slides I want to talk about what's happening in Washington, D.C. As you all know, President Biden and Secretary Buttigieg are calling for major new investment in the nation's transportation infrastructure. And as stated, the Biden administration recently released last month the Americans Job Plan, which outlines many of their infrastructure proposals. This is a very unique time because while the administration is pushing for the significant infrastructure investment, we are also coming to the end of highway reauthorization, FAST Act. So the timing is perfect. But obviously, as you know, the infrastructure spending as well as FAST Act reauthorization both fall under jurisdiction of Congress. And Congress has signaled that they will consider the administration's infrastructure plan and FAST Act reauthorization in this year. However, what we don't know yet, whether House and Senate will consider the Americans Job Plan as a part of FAST Act reauthorization or through the separate process. Both House and Senate have stated that they plan to finish their work or have a bill in next few weeks. So there's a whole lot more to come on that. Tim stated the Americans Job Plan has a $2.3 trillion for infrastructure. And that infrastructure includes the transportation infrastructure, electric grid, manufacturing, and workforce development. For just focusing on the roads and bridges, the AJP is calling for $115 billion to modernize the bridges and highways and roads in our country. The plan is focusing on 20,000 miles of highways and 10,000 small bridges, including the rural and tribal community bridges. So that's a significant investment. And I just want to make a point that these investments are above and beyond the current reauthorization or the current FAST Act level. And this plan is for 8 years. So this administration has been talking a lot about fix it right rather than fix it first. That tells me that there's going to be tremendous focus on the preservation activity, including the pavement preservation. And Federal Hive has continued its commitment to promote the pavement preservation strategy. As Tim mentioned, that we recently published the pavement preservation strategic plan, and Tim had a really good slide on the sort of outline of the plan, so I'm not going to go into it, but I would talk a little bit briefly on specific things we are doing on the pavement preservation. Federal has been working on the pavement preservation with its partners for a number of years. However, in last few years, I sense a renewed commitment and renewed energy, if you will, in this pavement preservation programs. And there are a number of key drivers for that. One is obviously in last 4 years or 5 years, we have a lot of emphasis on transportation asset management planning. Every state now has their asset management plan, and the asset management plan focus on the life cycle cost of the asset. So that would focus a lot of emphasis on the preservation activities. Similarly, through the MAP 21 and subsequent rulemaking. Now we are more into the performance management arena, if you will, or era. So the states are required to set the payment targets, condition target for all the NHS payments. So then again, that's focusing on the better preservation techniques and better preservation programs. Current administration talking about the fixing it right, as well as the focus on, for example, climate change. I think there is durable payments are good for environment, and so therefore I think there's going to be more emphasis on the payment preservation in coming years. And just to point the fact that the payment preservation and preventive maintenance activities are always eligible for federal funds. Federal Highway's commitment to payment preservation is not new. And as I talked about, that we have a new payment preservation strategic plan. And this strategic plan builds on the efforts spanning over 20 years, including the activities we have done through the SHARP2 and EDC program. We developed the strategic plan. We really focus on our stakeholders and our partners. So our effort continues to span 3 specific areas where we believe we can support our stakeholders and move forward the current state of practice in payment preservation area. The first is obviously providing the policy direction and leadership. That also includes providing technical assistance and technology transfer, as well as training. Second, we want to focus on demonstrate the economic, social, and environmental benefits derived from proper implementation of preservation program. And obviously through our Turner Fairbank Highway Research Center, we conduct and sponsor research which address the pertinent payment preservation questions and challenges. Over the last couple of years, we have taken a step back to reassess the program and the needs of our partners. And what's listed on the slide are key opportunities and strategies we have identified to focus our efforts. So expand the knowledge and experience and show the benefits of the payment preservation, and also keep on encouraging the agencies to become more payment preservation oriented. And obviously our key success is our partnership with the whole bunch of host of stakeholders. So we'll continue to work on that as well. Some very specific things I wanted to just mention to you. So we are conducting a benchmark study, and that benchmark study is a key effort to understand the current state of practice. As a part of this study, we are wrapping up a survey of all state DOTs and several other stakeholders. And outcomes of this benchmark study would include a number of case studies and metrics to quantify benefits, which we think is very important. We also want to share the knowledge and sort of kind of start this conversation about the payment preservation. We just recently updated our website. That's the website update was done to address the comments feedback received from our stakeholders. We'll continue to make additional changes in future to ensure that the resources are readily available. We also continue to publish the educational reference material. We have a number of ongoing areas where we are developing material. Our one popular resource is recently updated and published a payment preservation checklist series. So we'll continue to make sure that we are developing a new material and keep on putting that on our website. And your feedback is always welcome. In terms of developing and deploying a payment tool, we are starting a new transportation pool fund. And the focus of that is the focus is to demonstrate the implementation of the benefits of payment preservation programs. We have set aside $250,000 for this pool fund study, and we also are committing ourselves to provide significant technical assistance support. And last time I checked, I think about 8 states have already signed up, and we continue to look for more states partners for this pool fund study. Also, we are looking at all the material we have. For example, our National Hive Institute Payment Management Systems Training Program. And this training program is a bit dated. So what we want to do is we want to incorporate the asset management information as well as the performance management information into the training course. And that goes for all our resources. As we are developing and updating our resources, we'll make sure that we incorporate that information. Also, we are co-sponsoring a monthly webinar with the Pavement Preservation and Recycling Alliance. I think that's a amazing opportunity for us to bring together all the stakeholders and partners and have a robust conversation on pavement preservation. So the one thing because we focus on the partnership, I think that one of the key things we are doing there also is we have just developed our pavement preservation research roadmap. And fairly soon, we're going to be publishing that because we want that roadmap to start the conversation again and making sure that there is no duplication of effort and we can build on success of each other. And that roadmap, based on that, we'll be starting the priority research project. And that, like mentioned before, at our Turner Fairbank Highway Research Center, and looking at a guide to pavement preservation treatment in urban environment. Also, we are conducting a market assessment. Like I said before, that we have already interviewed several stakeholders to develop a market assessment and marking and making sure that we are addressing our stakeholders' concerns and their needs. We have various opportunities to engage with our stakeholders, whether it's through conference, workshop, webinars, and we always value their input. We also have set up the Pavement Preservation Program Technical Feedback Group. This includes the 20 members, including state DOTs, local DOTs, state and local agencies, industries, academia, and this group meet at least twice a year to discuss the pavement preservation. So with that, next, I just want to leave you with a couple of website addresses. These are the, we have very robust pavement preservation website. And if you need, through that, you can also get a copy of our pavement preservation strategic plan. And when we have our research roadmap ready, that we will post that research roadmap on our website as well.
The preceding was produced by the National Center for Pavement Preservation. More information can be found on the web at pavementpreservation.org. Additional support provided by Michigan State University.